They diligently labor in explaining the Holy Scriptures and engrave them in the hearts of the youth. These are the words of Martin Luther, a seminal Christian monk of the 16th century.
I said, as all of you know, is a part of the prestigious Rajagiri group of institutions managed by the Sacred Heart Province of the Carmelite Immaculate, the first ever indigenous religious congregation for men in the Syrian Catholic tradition of Christianity in India.
The founder of the CMI congregation, St. Kuriakos Elias Chavra, is renowned the world over for his intense spirituality and social activism. St. Chavra was also a far-sighted visionary with a secular and inclusive approach.
He said, since you belong to God, you have to give yourself back to God. Drawing inspiration from our heavenly patron, St. Kuriakos Elias Chavra,
പൂവിലൂറുന്ന പുഞ്ചിരി നീയല്ലോ, പുസ്തകം തരും ജ്ഞാനവും നീയല്ലോ, പുല്ലുപായയും പൂമഴ
Holy and ever-loving, who is wise and all-knowing, we worship you and bow our head before your divine majesty. We thank you for this glorious day you have given to us and seek your blessings and protection as we embark on this new chapter of our lives. May our children, who are zealously stepping into this institution of higher learning today, seeking the treasures of knowledge and self-realization, grow in wisdom and understanding, in goodwill and love, before you and our fellow beings. May they discern the right from the wrong, the good from the bad, and the helpful from the harmful. May they be led from unreality to reality, from darkness to light, and from death to immortality. May our teachers be filled with wisdom so that they may enrich the intellect and shape the mind and the conscience of our children aright. May our parents be filled with strength, patience, and understanding so that they may support and counsel, correct and guide our children always. May our institution's leaders be guided by your divine hands in all that every deed we do, every word we say, are befitting of your presence in us. Loving God, you have exhorted us with your eternal words, which resonate in our hearts. Proverbs chapter 2, verses 1 to 12. My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and understanding, indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those who walk is blameless. For he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Is right and just and fair every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. God, we know that you can open doors that no man can ever shut. We do not often see or sense the direction we need to take. So today, we trust and ask you to lead us to the open doors of opportunity that you have prepared for us. Grant us insight to make sense of the options that lie before us and always choose aright in the days ahead. Loving Father, make our hearts more submissive to your guiding hand so that we sense, understand, and appreciate your working in our life. Let your Spirit teach us your ways and guide us into truth. Let it direct our thoughts and guide our decisions so that we may fulfill your holy will in our lives. Lord, empower us with your divine gifts so that we step out into the open world, bearing witness to your light and strengthen our minds and hearts to enlighten the ignorant, empower the weak, heal the wounded, to give our might to make the society more just and compassionate, and to make your goodness shine more brightly through all. Amen.
Vandanam Santa Chavara Kuriakos Pitrasvarakaram Tavadarshanam Vandanam Santa Chavara Kuriakos Pitrasvarakaram Tavadarshanam कुरियाकोस जीवन के ढगर पर त्यागविन सेवा से संभाली भागडो कुरियाकोस जीवन के ढगर पर त्यागविन सेवा से संभाली भागडो जन सर्वांगी विकास पथ पर चल कर हो गया आनंद विभोर जन सर्वांगी विकास पथ पर चल कर हो गया है आनंद विभोर Vandanam Santa Kuriakos Pitrasvarakaram Tavadarshanam
Words of Wisdom by Saint Kuriakos Elias Chavra from the Testament of a Loving Father. Dear children, you are God's gift in the hands of your parents. Trust your mother. God will hear the prayers of the mother as yours. Do not be the cause for your parents to shed tears on account of you. The children who have a love of God and fear of God will love and respect their parents. It is the duty of children to look after your parents. Even if you have grown in age, maturity, you have to respect your parents and submit to them. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. Let your friends be those who have loved God. Do not hate your own brethren. You are to forgive and forget the wrongdoings of others. The humble man is the greatest among men. The day in which you have not done any good to your fellow men will not be recorded in Kuriakos Elias Chavra, patron saint of the CMI institutions. We entrust to you the aspirations and dreams of our newly inducted students and their parents, and pray to intercede before God, the Almighty, to help them actualize their potentials according to the will of God. Amen.
Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology, established in 2001, is a premier engineering institution offering excellence in engineering education. ASET offers BTech in 9, MTech in 5, and PhD in 9 disciplines. ASET strives to impart state-of-the-art knowledge to individuals in various technological disciplines and to inculcate in them a high degree of social consciousness and human values, thereby enabling them to face challenges of life with courage and conviction.
RSET is a cornerstone in the realization of the Rajagiri Vidyapeetham, a dream of a wide network of institutions which impart quality education from the pre-primary stage to specialization and super specialization programs. The pivotal point of education at RSET is the commitment to the holistic development of the individual and to ensure that technical knowledge is employed for the enrichment of mankind.
Life at Rajagiri aims at expanding the horizons of the students, and ASET promotes co-curricular and extracurricular activities so as to hone their inborn talents and skills. Some of our non-academic activities include Bharatam, the 2-day annual Arts and Cultural Fest,
Abhiyantriki and Tekshetra, the national level and state level biannual technical fairs respectively, Voice Hunt, the intra-college music talent hunt,
the annual sports meet, Onam, Christmas, which are also very vibrant celebrations filled with gaiety and cheer in the RSET campus. Events such as these are a welcome substitute to regular classes and they leave everlasting memories in the minds of the students.
being the college with the maximum BTech intake and the highest number of successful engineering graduates in the state, Rajagiri has added many feathers to its cap. Some of our achievements include re-accreditation by National Assessment and Accreditation Council NAAC with A grade in Cycle 2, re-accreditation of the college BTech programs by National Board of Accreditation NBA, ranked first in the national survey conducted by the Outlook Engineering Survey, first position in the state survey conducted by the Data Quest in Top Engineering Colleges Survey 2020 and ranked fourth in the APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University.
I would now like to welcome the dignitaries onto the stage to commence the official program. Our guest of honor, Dr. Prasad Krishna, Director, NIT Calicut, Reverend Father Benny Nalkra CMI, Provincial CMI Sacred Heart Province and Manager Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology, Reverend Dr. Jose Kuret CMI, Director, Professor Dr. P.S. Sridhar, Principal, and Dr. K. Paulo Jacob, Professor and Dean Research. If you would kindly occupy the seats.
With a wide experience in industry and an eminent scholar in mechanical engineering, Professor Dr. P.S. Sridhar obtained his master's degree from IIT Kanpur and completed his PhD from IIT Madras and was a postdoctoral fellow at Nanyang Technological University, Singapore. He is a senior fellow at the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, Michigan. Dr. P.S. Sridhar was formerly the principal of College of Engineering, Kutanad and School of Engineering under Kusat. He was a visiting professor at King Khalid University, Saudi Arabia, Queensland University of Technology, Australia, and Multimedia University, Malaysia. He has served as
Reverend Father Benny Nalkara CMI, Honorable Prasad Krishna, respected Reverend Father Jose Kuret CMI, respected Dr. Paulus Jacob, heads of departments, faculty members, technical staff, administrative staff, parents and relatives of first year students, and dear students. A warm good morning to you all. It's my pleasure and privilege to welcome you on this auspicious day of Deeksharambham or initiation ceremony of the new students of Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. At the outset, I congratulate the new students and their parents for selecting engineering course and also securing admission in our institution. Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology, RSET it is called, was established in the year 2001. From then onwards, The college has grown from strength to strength and acquired a reputation in the state of Kerala and also in the country. It is because of the hard work of the staff, students, and other faculty members, management, etc. involved of this school. And dear students, now it is your turn to carry forward the lamp of RSET and make it more brighter. Being successful is very hard. You won't have every subject that you study. You won't love every subject you study. You won't click with every teacher that you have. Not every homework or assignment will seem completely relevant to your life right at this minute. And you won't necessarily succeed in everything the first time you try. You become good at things through hard work. You are not a varsity athlete the first time you play a new sport. You don't hit every note the first time you sing a song. You have got to practice. The same principle applies to your studies also. You might have to do a math problem a few times before you get it right. You might have to read something a few times before you understand it. You definitely have to do a few drafts of a paper before it is good enough to hand in. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength because it shows you have the courage to admit that you don't know something and that then allows you to learn something new. Dear students, please remember, there is no substitute for hard work. With these few words, I proceed to welcome all the people assembled over here. The president of the function is Reverend Father Benny Nalkara CMI. He is the manager of our school and the provincial of Sacred Heart Province. He is the guiding light of our institution. On behalf of everybody present over here, I warmly welcome him to this ceremony. Our guest of honor of today is Dr. Prasad Krishna, Director of National Institute of Technology, Calicut, NITC Kozhikode. He has got vast experience in industry and academia. Prior to joining NITC as director, he was senior professor at NIT Surathkal, Karnataka, and before that he was professor at NIT Calicut. We have known each other during his period at NIT Calicut. While contacting him to our function, he immediately expressed his willingness and intimated that he would very much like to address our students. Though he was not in station and in the midst of an important domestic function. Sir, we are very happy and privileged to have you as our guest of honor for this function. On behalf of the management, staff and all students of RSET, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. The director of the school is Reverend Father Jose Kuriyadat, CMI. He is having enormous experience in the field of academics. He retired as principal of Sacred Heart College, Tevara, and afterwards also he was associated with the academic activities of the province. He is the man behind this function. I respectfully welcome him to this function. Dr. Paulos Jacob is the next person to be welcomed. And Acting Vice Chancellor at Cochin University of Science and Technology. A renowned academician and researcher, he is the chairman and member of several bodies of different units. I cordially welcome him to this function. I welcome Dr. Vinod Kumar, Dean Postgraduate Studies, who is sitting in the audience to this function. All the heads of departments have contributed on their own way in organizing and conducting this program. I extend a friendly to all the heads of departments. The staff of the college, consisting of the faculty members, technical and administrative staff, have been involving in all the activities right from the admission process. I extend a convivial welcome to all the staff. Many of the parents and relatives have made a huge effort to join us today. On behalf of us all, we are deeply appreciative and offer you our most grateful welcome. Finally, coming to the chief guest of the gathering, namely the new students. I advise them to utilize effectively the coming 4 years during which you will be here in this institution, and remind you that these 4 years are crucial in your lives and will determine your future. It is a glad and big welcome I bring to you this morning, filled with the desires, hopes and dreams we all share. Welcome you all. Before winding up, I take this opportunity to thank the team. Thank you.
Provincial of the Sacred Heart Province of CMI Congregation and Manager, Reverend Father Benny Nagara CMI, has been serving as a faculty for New Testament and Biblical Greek in the Faculty of Theology at Dharmaram Vidyakshetram, Bangalore, prior to becoming the provincial. He was also a member of Academic Council of Christ Deansby University and a member of the Permanent Advisory Council of Dharmaram College since 2011. He had his higher studies in sacred theology from Gregorian Pontifical University, Rome, with specialization in biblical studies. Father Benny has got language proficiencies in a number of languages, including Greek, Hebrew, Italian, and German. As a columnist, poet, and lyricist, he regularly contributes to writing and publications. I welcome Reverend Father Benny Nagara CMI for the presidential address.
Respected Dr. Prasad Krishna, Director, NIT Calicut, the Chief Guest of Honor of this day, Reverend Dr. Jose Correa, CMI Director, RSET, Dr. Srijit P.S., Principal, Dr. Paulos Jacob, Dean of Research, dear Deans, HODs, Reverend Fathers, members of the faculties, office staff and supporting staff, dear parents and our young dad. A great day for all of us who are present here when the new batch of students begin their academic journey at Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. Amidst the continued unprecedented situation of the pandemic and unexpected continual of the rainy season, we have this new beginning. Completely, we are in the new normal. Most of you, the students, underwent the last 1.5 years through a very distinct academic experience. You were learning from home. Sometimes you had a hybrid mode of learning. Some of you have the final list of marks with you without appearing for the final examinations. But we know that the show must go on and we should march on. It's a dream come true moment for many of you, the newcomers. Thousands of students, including your friends here. Why at Rajagiri? It's not because you don't have any. It's not because your parents compel you to be here. Both reasons might have been there in the beginning. But today, you are here because you have decided to be part of a great legacy. ARSET is an endeavor of the Sacred Heart province of the Carmelites of Mary Immaculate, the CMI congregation. Established in 1831, the CMI congregation has played a major role in revolutionizing the education scene in Kerala in the late 19th century. Hails to the profound vision of Saint Kuriakos Elias Tavra, one of the founding fathers of our congregation. The CMIs have zealously worked towards providing value-based quality education to society at large, irrespective of religious differences down the centuries. Today, the CMI congregation has hundreds of educational institutions from schools to professional colleges under its umbrella. We, the Carmelites of Mary Immaculate, after the example of our founder Saint Kuriakos Elias Tavra, consider education as integral and inclusive formation for the human person for the fulfillment of his or her individual and social responsibilities. The CMI educational endeavors aim at forming leaders who are intellectually competent, spiritually mature, morally upright, psychologically integrated, physically healthy, and socially acceptable, who will champion the cause of justice, love, truth, and peace, and who are ever open to further growth. We aim at creating a just and human society where dignity of the human person is respected, where unjust social structures, where our cultural heritage of ahimsa, religious harmony, and national unity are upheld, and where the poor and the marginalized are specially taken care of. Yes, dear freshers, you are becoming part of this great legacy by deciding to be a Rajagirian. In this abode of wisdom, you will have ample opportunities to grow and excel. Today onwards, Rajagiri should be your second home. Here you have community of teachers who are committed to their vocation, professionally competent, just and humane in dealings, culturally sensitive, and who grow in the true vision of education. And they will be always there, ready to assist you in your needs, to share in your joys and sorrows, and to help you experience love and responsible freedom. I'm sure that you will realize that ARSET is an extension of your homes. Dear students, as you begin your journey with enthusiasm and commitment today, let us aim for excellence. The study of engineering, as we all know, is a demanding one. There are many funny remarks about the study of engineering which may be familiar to you. Heated gold is called ornament. Beaten copper is called wire. Compressed carbon is called diamond. Heated, beaten, and compressed person is called an engineering student. It is said long time ago, people who sacrificed their sleep, family, food, laughter, and other joys of life were called saints. Now they are called engineering students. Another interesting observation about engineering students may be familiar to you. 4 years, 40 subjects, 400 experiments, 4,000 assignments, and 40,000 hours of study. A normal human cannot do it. Those superheroes are called engineering students. Yes, you are going to be saints and superheroes here. For that you need profound dedication and commitment in your journey that you begin from this moment. Be the real seekers of knowledge blended with wisdom. Let there be a happy blending of reasoning, intuition, and imagination in your life so that you can prove yourself and improve the world around you. As students, you are supposed to ask questions. Yes, you should continue to ask. But I am mentioning about a different kind of asking. Ask. A stands for attitude, S stands for skills, and K stands for knowledge, hallmarks of a student. After graduation, you may be placed if you have skills and knowledge, but you will be misplaced if you don't have the correct attitude. Yes, we must correctly place in the society after our education. For that, we need to acquire the correct attitude. As the students of engineering, you all have high IQ level. It is said that the average IQ of an engineer is 120, quite a high average. But what would be our EQ, emotional quotient? What would be our SQs, spiritual quotient and social quotient after our graduation? At Rajagiri, we are envisaging to form you people with the right attitude in life, people who are humane, humble, and socially sensitive, people who hold positivity in heart, people who are endowed with the attitude of gratitude, people who can listen with the heart. I would like to call it RQ, the Rajagiri quotient. When you complete your learning here, you should be people who are with the high RQ, the Rajagiri quotient. Right? Dear students, trust in God because devotion to God is the supreme wisdom. Try to be an inspiration for yourselves and nothing else can take you down. Remember that every problem is a challenge to prove yourself and a skill to be developed. Set your goals and work on them. Never give up and try harder when you fail. Everything will work out pretty well. In a highly self-centered world, please try to be other-centered. In the COVIDian age, we continue to abide by the rules of SMS, sanitizing, mask, and social distancing. But let us follow a new SMS rule as the students of Rajagiri: sincerity, magnanimity, and service. Dear parents, thank you very much for your trust in us that you have expressed by sending your dear ones to Rajagiri. Let's accompany them together with empathy and understanding. Dear students, teachers, and parents, let's march on with hope and enthusiasm. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Father, for those inspiring words. Reverend Dr. Jose at CMI was a professor of sociology at Sacred Heart College, Devara, and retired as the principal of the college. He has a doctoral degree and completed his postdoctoral research in sociology. He was a visiting fellow at Fordham University, New York. He was the General Counselor for Education and Communication Media in the CMI congregation and served as the Provincial Superior of Sacred Heart Province, Kochi. Reverend Dr. Kuridath has also authored 7 books and has many scientific articles on sociology of religion to his credit. We welcome you, Father, for the Director's address.
Dear and Reverend Father Benjamin Alcaraz, CMI Provincial and Manager of RSET and President of this meeting, Professor Dr. Srijit, PS, the Principal, Professor Dr. Paulos Jacob, Dean of Research, dear parents, members of the faculty and of the non-teaching staff, distinguished guests, and my dear newly admitted students. My cordial welcome to all of you, especially the newly admitted first-year students and their parents, to the Rajagiri family. And I thank the parents for trusting this institution and us to send your children for higher studies to this institution. Today we begin the 21st batch of BTech students in 9 different courses and MTech batches in 5 different courses in this institution, once again in the usual manner with a ceremonial opening after almost 2 years of COVID restrictions. My dear youngsters, after completing a school education, you have now become college students, that too of professional education in the various branches of engineering. You are now the members of a large Rajagiri family. I call this college a family since we try our best to maintain a family spirit in our set. All of us, both the teachers and the students, are spending a major part of their day or working time in this institution or in connection with this institution. So it is an extension of your family and an extended family. The family spirit we maintain here will provide the necessary emotional ambience and bonding, especially between students and the teachers, and will pay the foundation of your achievements. An emotional warmth like that of a family alone can help you to spend your energy enthusiastically and work hard for the achievements in various domains of your life here and later. So consider your teachers as your elder brothers and sisters, or even as surrogate parents while you are in this college. Probably you already know that ASET is a premier institution of engineering education with autonomous status and quite a high position in national ranking and other measurements. We had a record of 900 plus offers of placements this year for the outgoing students, and admissions this year to the 14 batches of the BTech program of our college are almost full, making our college one with the largest number of students on the rolls for BTech in the state. This excellence in teaching, learning process, results, placements, research, and so on is achieved by the collective effort of all of us, particularly the students and the faculty, sincerely supported by the management, the principal, and the parents. The synergy generated at ARCET from these collective efforts is ably supported, as I said, by the family spirit with its emotional, positive bonding and comfortable relationships. This congenial ambience forms the foundation or basis of such strong commitment and consequent results. I would like to draw your attention to a few features, important features, which the Rajagirians should have or should nurture during your years here. Number one is intellectual creativity. As you know, the most important objective of modern education is to develop and sharpen the creative intelligence of the youngsters. I shall speak to you about this more in the coming days during the induction programs. Gone are the days when you could obtain a job with the knowledge you gained from the textbooks. Collecting and storing information, though important, is not sufficient. You should be able to creatively utilize it and even produce new knowledge while you go on acquiring new information, of course. This is the era of information technology revolution. Knowledge is being produced practically every moment and is being disseminated. and we have numerous means to acquire that knowledge. The days in which you had to depend exclusively on teachers and textbooks have disappeared. What the society expects and wants is very motivated and energetic youth who have lots of creativity to utilize the knowledge which they acquire in the education institution and even to build on what they receive. So first, sharpen your creative intellect. This creativity is a legacy we have inherited from our founding fathers who revolutionized education in our state in the 19th century. Father Provincial has mentioned about it, and I shall also explain that a little more later when I meet you. The second point that I would like to draw your attention to is developing a holistic personality. The management is committed to provide you with the necessary facilities in this institution and in the campus for developing a holistic or integrated personality. I request you to make use of these facilities and develop it in all its dimensions. In a higher education institution, you are provided with many openings and opportunities to groom your personality more than what you got in a school, how much reputed it might have been. I request you to not to waste your time from day one and let yourself grow. Your preparedness during these 4 years of professional education will equip you to build a career for your life. It is not enough that you gain some technical knowledge from here. Of course, that is important. And I am sure you will gain enough information in the particular field of your choice from your teachers and textbooks. But much more than that, you should be able to develop your varied talents, grow in mature personality with all-round ability, so much so that your family and the society and this institution will feel proud of you after 4 years. So there are a few things I'd like to focus on. Number one is choice of your friendship in the campus. Develop a very healthy network of friendship relationships with your peers and teachers during the years you are here. That will be like a social bulwark for the entire life, providing warmth in normal times and emotional security in difficult days. But choose your friends with great care so that you do not fall into harmful relationships. You should be able to discover with your inner eyes or your intuition the solid from the hollow nature of the personalities you are going to meet around you. Kindly choose the solid and sound persons and make them your friends. At the same time, let these friendships be inclusive, not exclusive. Second point I would like to share with you is about the use of your relationships of freedom which you will use. You will enjoy more freedom in a higher education institution like this than you had in your school, definitely. That freedom is a sign and a recognition of your growth. As a human child grows, he or she is given more freedom by the society to stand on one's own legs without the immediate support of the elders on whom you depended a great deal till now. That freedom is an opportunity to express your maturity and take appropriate decisions for your life and learning. Wrong decisions may lead you to failures and even dangers. So I request you to make use of the freedom with a discernment in consultation with your parents and teachers so that you are not led to a point from where you cannot easily return. The experience of several years of your parents and teachers will be a guide for you to take decisions in a situation of freedom. Please do not use your freedom to do whatever you want. Your drives and inclinations can make you wrong choices. Instead, use your critical evaluation and mature judgment for the same. And finally, during this period, you should be able to learn to balance your emotionality. When you were a child, it was if I use a Freudian terminology, it was the source of your emotional energy. And it was expressed as and how it came out. And it was your parents and the elders who tried to shape this emotional energy with with several do's and don'ts, and gave shape to the emotional personality. Now the time has come for you yourselves to balance your emotionality, which means that it is not the id of the blind and childish energy, nor the do's and don'ts of your parents, parental superegos, but your own mature ego that should guide your behavior. So try to develop, groom, and nurture your inner ego, not the ego in the negative sense, ego in the positive sense, which can balance your superego and id. You are called upon to grow to mature personalities. The motto of Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology is learn, serve, and excel. I pray that you learn well while you are here. Get ready and begin to serve one another and the society as a whole and excel in life. Wishing you the best and God's blessings on you and your families. I remain. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna, our guest of honor, received his B.Tech degree in Mechanical Engineering from the Regional Engineering College, Karnataka, and was the recipient of the prestigious Kirloskar Gold Medal and Sir M. Visvesvaraya Memorial Prize from the University of Mysore for securing first rank in the B.Tech program. He received his master's degree from IIT Madras in 1990, winning 2 silver medals, and Professor Sen Gupta Prize for the best academic performance in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Prasad Krishna obtained his doctoral degree in manufacturing from the University of Michigan, USA, an internationally recognized center of excellence in manufacturing research. He has more than 37 years of professional experience in a variety of sectors in the field of engineering. He has also been a known researcher with National University of Singapore and University of Michigan, USA. He is an advisor for the All India Council of Technical Education and the Quality Assurance Bureau and member secretary of National Board of Accreditation. He is also the recipient of several honors and awards for the academic brilliance and has published more than 120 articles in various journals and conference proceedings in India and abroad. I now invite Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna for the Deeksharambham address.
Respected Father Benny, the Provincial and Manager of RSET, respected Reverend Dr. Jose, the Director of RSET, our beloved Principal, Professor P.S. Srijit, our Dean Research, Professor Pavlos Jacob, the other Reverend Fathers, the management, faculty, staff and students of RSET, and the most important, the guest of today's Deeksharambham, the luckiest, the freshers of the B.Tech and the M.Tech programs of RSET, and most importantly, you are here because of the proud parents who have, I'm sure, they would have, sacrificed a lot to get you the most coveted seat in the one of the topmost engineering college in the state. So my heartfelt gratitude to all of you, in spite of this, pandemic as well as the inclement weather, you have all assembled here, and perhaps, as far as I am concerned, after this COVID pandemic, this may be my first address where we see such a huge gathering because of this restriction posed by this COVID pandemic. In a way, I am really grateful and I am humbled by the invitation of this great institution. I have expressed my humble gratitude to the provincial, the management, the faculty staff, especially my good friend Professor Srijit, for giving me an opportunity to share some of my thoughts on this auspicious day of Deeksharambham. Before I begin, I would like you to center yourself. What happens, my dear friends, most of you are not here in this moment. You are physically here, but I am sure this is the human mind. We say, you know, our mind is like monkey. None of us are here. Mostly we are elsewhere. How to bring our awareness to the center? So may I seek your permission? Gently close your eyes, sit straight and relax. I request all of you, gently close your eyes, sit straight and relax. Relax all parts of your body from head to toe and toe to head. Scan all parts of your body. There are no tensions, no worries. You are completely fine. Be relaxed. Breathe normally. Gently bring your attention to the heart. Feel immersed in the love and light illuminating your heart. Make a mere sankalpa or supposition that your heart is filled with the source of divine light and you are being attracted to it inward. May we all develop right thinking, clear understanding, and honest approach to life. May we offer our gratitude to all the founders of this great institution. May we pray for all the souls who could not be with us, who have left this planet. May we offer our humble gratitude to all of them who made this institution to what it is. Thank you all. Gently open your eyes and become aware of your surroundings. Friends, I always start my class with few minutes of silence. You can all practice this anytime. All of us, when you move from one class to another, our awareness goes elsewhere. How to bring the awareness to the center of our existence, which is the heart. This is useful. Your intellect, all that you are going to do in these 4 years, or our master student for 2 years, that will all help you just to get a reasonably comfortable living. But what makes you a human being, the humanness, man, human, that man, जिनको मन है वो मनुष्य है. It has come from our own Sanskrit word manush, man, manuscript, manual. All this you are aware. Man is that we should not take that man, the mind as our enemy. We have to be friendly with the mind, and friends, Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology will provide you, as Dr. Jose, our director, has mentioned, the institute is going to provide you with the most conducive environment for you to develop a 360-degree, the holistic well-being. That is important. It's not enough that you secure the highest grade CGPA. You all know successful are those who are good at heart, those who are purity in heart, and those who are simple, they alone win the kingdom. They alone are successful. I don't have to talk to you. You have umpteen number of examples of great personalities. It's not because they were rank holders or they had the best CGPA or they were extremely good in their extracurricular activities. If you miss, this may be useful, but the most important, the human values are the values of the heart. So friends, if you can regulate your mind by going inward, this is what I learned. When I was a PhD student in United States, in University of Michigan, I learned this technique of meditation, how to center ourselves and be thankful to the divine presence in the heart. I am whatever I am today because of my great teachers. But what is important, the greatest teacher is sitting inside you. But we should be silent. We should switch off our senses and listen to the voice of the socio-emotional, mental, physical, spiritual well-being. How to do that? How do I make use of my 4 years of stay in RSET so that I become a complete individual? You will be professionally competent. You will be a great person who wants to, as per this Rajagiri's thing, you will learn, but the next step is to serve. Serve without servitude. That is important. So, we engineers, we convert raw materials into useful products. I recall, all of you know, a typical quote by Theodore von Karman, who says, scientists investigate that exists already in nature. When I open the structure of a material, is already existing. We only use some high resolution microscope to unravel the mysteries of this nature which is by the creator. Scientists only investigate that which is already existing. But as our provincial mentioned, the creativity comes from engineers. Engineers create that existed never before. So friends, how do you develop their creativity? That is the question now. How do you bring, Dr. Jose mentioned about the creative intelligence. What is that happens, from my experience, not with this, only with the heart. You please see all the discoveries. When Madame Curie discovered radium, what was the intuition that when she took at the film, that she saw the image of the keychain, and what made her to think of the new material element called radium, and what caused the discovery by Isaac Newton. It was all by meditation, my dear friends. When they are in that meditative, contemplative state of mind, everything reveals by itself. The entire nature reveals itself when you are in tune with nature, when we are at the higher level of consciousness. Our provincial mentioned about, in our days, everybody talked about, in my school days, everybody talked about your intelligent quotient, IQ. Of late, corporate world talk about, no, we want people who are emotional resilience is good. Then we talked about EQ. Then we talk about socio-emotional resilience. You know, Daniel Goleman's, a famous psychologist, books are there. You can read these days, any books you can read without paying a single pie, thanks to the internet. But you should have the time to read Daniel Goleman's famous socio-emotional resilience. That is most important. That is what the employers are looking for us when we join a company, in any organization, even in any profession. Socio-emotional resilience. So we talk about the emotional quotient, social quotient. It will not stop there. Most important is the spiritual quotient. And then we talked about the happiness quotient. Are you happy? How do you bring happiness? Is the happiness in the things what we possess? I am sure even Warren Buffett or the richest man in the world may not be happy. So you know, happiness does not belong to the things we possess. Happiness is inside. So how do I enhance my HQ? Then comes the industries are looking for adaptability quotient. Are you flexible or you are very adamant? No, this is the way I will do things. No empire wants such a person. So friends, what we need, can we be flexible? Can we use our ego to excel in whatever I do? Ego is not a bad thing. Dr. Jose mentioned that. Ego should be used as per this emblem of this great institution to excel. Excel in whatever you do. Today you sang a beautiful song, excellent choir I really enjoyed. Thanks to our team of students who sang this, beautifully choreographed, beautifully done. Even the Ranga Puja, I really enjoyed, and a big thanks of applause. And today you have done like this. What does it mean? Excel means tomorrow you have more responsibility to excel more. How? That is what, excel in whatever you do, whether it is in music or you are talking or in studies or in football, anything, cooking, everything is important in this world. Nothing is, you should not say, oh my God, I did not get computer science. I wanted computer science in Rajagiri. I got maybe, I don't know, you have mechanical. Out of the 9, you belong to any of the 9 disciplines in bachelor program and 5 masters in the master's program. Are you really concerned that I did not get computer science? My dear friends, if you are concerned, you have not seen the world. You have not seen how industries look at you. You know our former governor of RBI, Subbarao. You please look at the Google, find out his CV. What was he? The governor of this great nation and many of the great people. I know, I was advisor in ASR whom I am reporting. She is only an English literature. The entire country's technical education is coordinated by that great lady in my time. So it is not you what discipline you belong to, whether you have the inner discipline. Then the whole, like Swami Vivekananda says, the whole universe is inside you. Nobody can stop you in excelling in whatever you do. Please have that conviction, my dear friends. No parents, no teachers can stop you in excelling in whatever you do. And I also want to tell you, Dr. Jose, our beloved director, talked about friendship. This is the most important advice I think Dr. Jose has given to you, because that is where sometimes we have mistaken. My dear friends, in my so many years of this experience, seeing different institutions in the world, in different capacities, I have understood in this world, the real friend is, you will find out who is your real friend. It is not even your mother, father, husband, wife or brother, sister, not even anybody, the real friend is inside you, that divine voice. No, it is struggling to speak to you, but you are not listening to the divine voice, which is in the heart as per all scriptures. All scriptures are agreeing that heart is the seat of the soul and heart is the seat of divinity. So, the true friend is God, God alone, nobody else. That who will die for you, who is always guiding you, is not the friends in the human level. These are all affection, but the love is only from God. Unfortunately, we get into all this during these 4 years. So please be judicious. Please, I am not, just one test is there. Ask your heart. Heart will never fail. Heart will only give you the correct guidance. If you want to choose what I should do after 4 years, whether I should take a job, whether I should go for higher studies, whether I should start up my own company. These days our youngsters are so much entrepreneurial, they start their own company. And my dear young friends, right from first year, Rajagiri will provide you the requisite ambience right from the first year. Nobody will stop you. If you have an idea, that idea can be converted into a prototype. And the Rajagiri school will facilitate that transformation from an idea to a prototype. So use your, right from first year, you can use your, if you have the passion, you can have your own even company. So what not, all these are possible, and don't think that if you have studied computer science, you should only end up with a job in computer science. Never ever in this world. You please look at the success life of great people. You will always see what you need is learn the fundamentals. Respect your teachers. And you have just seen the choir, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. All these are only written in stones in India. Satyam Vada, Dharmanjaya never, because we never practiced. Even in 10,000 years ago also it was written in stone, because we never practiced this. In America, we write on the coin, in God we shall trust. We never trusted God. That's why they have to put in every coin in the US. It should not happen, my dear friends. We should understand our own true potential. Only to unfold the potential which is already within every one of us. There is nothing like a weak student. We try to segregate. Oh, he is a learning disability. There may be mental and physical disabilities. I am not talking about that. That has to be treated. And if such students are there, we have to only pray to God. That is a different. But we should not. And I am sure none of our teachers will ever brand a student as academically weak. Never. In the Creator, everybody is equal. And we have the potential. We should have the confidence in the self. Atma Vishwas. That happens, to my understanding, only by sitting quietly, silently, meditating on the divine presence in the heart. My dear friends, spend a few minutes, if not hours, of silence between you and your higher self. When I was in National University of Singapore, I was alone. My family was in India. I used to wander in the gardens of that, the use of hostel. And I used to, there I realized how much time we are spending for our own self. Please ask yourself. Every time we are concerned about how many people are putting thumbs up in my posting, birthday greetings in Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, in all social media. We are all concerned about what others are talking about me. Even in funeral ceremony, people are into selfies. And many selfies have led into disaster. I lost my own students. They were taking selfie in the Suratkal railway station and they could not hear the fast moving train, and they are no more. So friends, we should have our awareness always centered in our heart. So if we use it properly, This mind can be our friend, can be regulated, focused, and your decisions will be right, perfect, because it comes from the heart. I don't think you need anything more, because use these 4 years and my master students 2 years, try to do. Now my advice to you is engineering is all about creativity. And I am extremely happy for the institution that you are not physically here. You can't learn everything online. You have to feel. You have to feel for the machine. So the feeling, thinking is different. Thinking to feeling comes, that is a realm of heart. Thinking with the mind, feeling with the heart. That feeling has to go into next level to intuition. Wisdom and intuition comes at the next level of this. For that, friends, we are all engineers. We should touch the machine, feel for that. They are also trying to tell you something, and whatever we create, whatever we design, we should have a meaningful, harmonious engagement with that. Then you will see it becomes very creative and divine. You know the paintings of Michelangelo and all the great people, why it is still important, because there is a spiritual connection, there is a heart-to-heart connection with whatever they created. So, my humble request to all my freshers, please don't get concerned about what branch, and please remember, this is the God's wish that you are here. Don't think that some mother compel you, some father's ego compel you to get into this particular branch in our set. All these are ifs and buts. You are giving so many reasons. But in the ultimate, these are all already decided. This is the way it should be. Let's not go back to the past or blame your parents. Oh God, I wanted a better institution of the God. Please don't go back. Now onwards, what I should do? I will put it briefly, excel in whatever I do. And I always want to tell you, how do I become a better version of myself? Now you are version number 1. How do I become version 2? For that, these 4 years is given, use it, participate in curricular, extracurricular, co-curricular activities, and the ambience is provided. This is one of the topmost institutions, and participate with full heart. And I am sure you will be able to realize whatever dreams. You may start a kindergarten, you may start a organic farming, nothing. Our goal is to serve the society. And I conclude by quoting Swami Vivekananda, for all engineers like us. You know, the countries are talking about conservation of natural resources. Friends, please remember, nothing is man-made, to my understanding. Everything we got from this earth, that means only by the God. Any scientist who does not believe in God also, he cannot say he created a new material. The raw material he has got from only Mother Earth. Nothing, whether you create diamond or silicon, or you created microphone or chip, the raw material has come from this Mother Earth. And if there are no natural resources, no engineering, no product, no development. So we have to understand that. And Vivekananda told that, what is our, not necessarily engineer, every one of us. When we were born into this planet, we saw certain system, certain the environment. The responsibility of engineers is always make it a better place than when we came to this planet. If you can make it better than what then that is called sustainability. So we talk about environmental sustainability. We have to be concerned about our future generation. We have to make use of the resources judiciously. And I feel the most important is the pollution created by thoughts. I am not concerned about water pollution, air pollution, or the ground pollution created by all this processing, industrial waste, and human beings' greed. That has its own responses by nature in terms of these calamities, floods, tsunami, bhugam, and all that is happening. It is not that nature is punishing, nature is just responding to the human greed, that's all. And we have to undergo this unless we engineers understand everything has to be with compassion, clarity, courage, and contentment. Nothing will happen. And in this greed, this is going to happen in the years to come, much more calamities and more challenges are there. But we as engineers, can we make it a better world? That's all, friends, society expect of you as engineers. Let us please do our level best so that when we leave this planet, it is a better place. So that is the ultimate sustainability, not by signing agreement with two countries, the Kyoto Protocol, all these are political gimmicks. But we as human beings, we have this ultimate responsibility, and engineers have got this added responsibility because we create new things. When I create a car, I create some environmental hazard, how to dispose of that car. Today, the electronic waste disposal is a huge, concern. So we have this honest to the society, how to serve, how to give back, and how to excel. That is, I leave this with a simple request. Let us make it a better place than we saw at the time of our birth. Once again, my humble gratitude to the management, the faculty staff, the principal of this elite school of learning, the Rajagiri. So Rajagiri, I really like that. This is the king of mountains, and you will all become, you realize the dream which the CMI fathers have envisaged, and I am sure it will be done. If we have the will, nobody can stop you. And if your heart is speaking that voice, if you have the silence and listening to the voice of the heart, you will be able to realize all your dreams. May God bless you, and thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Arsit is one of the pioneers in academic excellence for many years and has been offering various scholarships to motivate our young minds. Presenting to you the top 8 scorers of the semester 1 with the highest semester grade point average SGPA from our first autonomous batch 2020-24. I request our chief guest, Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna, to give the mementos to these meritorious students. First, we have Anish PB from the Artificial Intelligence and Data Science Department with a semester grade point average of a perfect 10. Let's give a huge round of applause for the Next, we have Shravan Srikumar of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering with an SGPA of 9. We have Shreya Shivukurian from the Civil Engineering Department with an SGPA of 8.38.
Varun Pradeep from the Computer Science and Engineering Department with a semester grade 1 average of a perfect 10. Next, we have Sagar Suresh from the Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department has become a topper with 9.41 SGPA. From the Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, we have Elvin Eben Abraham with an SGPA of 9.76. We have Anand Friza Matthew from the Department of Information Technology who has secured an SGPA of 9.41. And we have Sejit Thomas George from the Department of Mechanical Engineering with an SGPA of 9.65. Words alone would not suffice to express our gratitude to Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna, who found time in his hectic schedule to grace Deeksharambham 2021 with his distinguished presence. I therefore request our Director, Reverend Dr. Jose Correa CMI, to present a memento as a token of our deep appreciation and heartfelt gratitude to our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna. Thank you, Father. Thank you, sir. Dr. K. Paulus Jacob graduated in Electrical Engineering from Kerala University. He completed MTech in Electronics and secured PhD in Computer Engineering, both from Cochin University of Science and Technology. Joining CUSAT as a faculty in 1983, he was promoted as professor and was nominated as head of the Department of Computer Science, which position he occupied until 2013, when he was appointed as Pro-Vice Chancellor of CUSAT. During the period he was on the rolls of CUSAT, he held several academic positions like Chairman of 4 different boards of studies and Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, as well as Dean of the Faculty of Technology. He has been a member of CUSAT Syndicate for 5 years, of Academic Council for 26 years, and of the Senate for 16 years. Presently, he is at RSET as Professor and Dean, R&D. I now invite Professor Dr. Paulus Jacob for the vote of thanks.
My warm greetings and best regards to the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my dear students, Reverend Fathers, dear parents, my colleagues. While proceeding to propose the vote of thanks, I would also like to join the other speakers in congratulating the new entrants to the Rajagiri fold. You have proved your merit. Also, you have been lucky to get into covetable programs in this premier institution of learning. I must say, the admission process was quite competitive, and Rajagiri has been following strict merit for admission. And that way, you have been lucky also to be part of this institution. And here, we provide all the resources to complete your program in the most appropriate manner. It is for you to utilize the resources in the best possible manner. You will be guided by the teachers, you will be led to achieve the goals for which you have joined this institution. And you must be fulfilling the aspirations of your parents as well. I take this opportunity to appreciate the presence of the patient parents here in order to hear the words of wisdom from the learned dignitaries who are present here. We have our superior, Reverend Father Benny Narkara, who is the provincial of the CMI Sacred Heart province. He has given the indices for your personal development like IQ, EQ, SQ and RQ. I am sure that with the training that you get here, you will be able to get good scores in all these questions. I personally, as well as on behalf of all of you, express my thanks to Reverend Father Benny Narkara. We have a guest of honor, Professor Dr. Prasad Krishna, Director of National Institute of Technology, Calicut. We heard words of wisdom from him. He has been giving importance to our inner self, how we can make things into our heart and pose questions to our heart and make our conscience very clear about what we do. We are indebted to you, sir, for the kind presence and the gracious words you have given to our young aspirants of engineering. Our director, Reverend Dr. Jose Kuriada, with his vast administrative experience in academics as well as education, has given an insight into what we intend in the Rajagiri family, and you will hear more from him during the induction program about the ethos and culture of the CMI order under which this institution is flourishing. I thank Reverend Dr. Jose Kuriada for this excellent work. My beloved colleague here, Principal Professor Dr. Srijit, has proved his acumen as education administrator in several institutions, including Cochin University, where we have been working together. I appreciate his words and thank for the advice that he has given to the students. Thank you very much. Also, we have noticed that we had a very auspicious start of the Vijnana Deeksha with all these programs and performances by the students of RSET. I would say they were of excellent quality, as mentioned by our guest of honor also. I must say that gives an indication of the quality standards that we expect at Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. Now it is up to you to prove your merit and to come up to your expectations as well as the aspirations of your parents. We will be providing all the facilities here, all the help that you need. You can approach any one of us at any time for any help. But remember, you are being monitored by our own automated system, which will give a tab on your actions as well as inactions, and also the performance and progress. And partly, we will give access to this automated system to the parents as well, so that they can see how their wards are progressing during their days in Rajagiri. With all this, we expect after 4 years and after 2 years, you come out of this institution intellectually well trained, socially committed, and morally upright. I wish all the best to all the new entrants to the institution. I also thank the organizers of this program, especially Dr. Sylvie Matthew, who is the coordinator of this program, and the whole team, the volunteers, the heads of departments, my colleagues, and everybody. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. With this, we have come to the end of Deeksharambham 2021. We welcome all the young engineering aspirants to our family. Kindly rise for the national anthem.
Thank you all. Everyone is requested to please be seated.